a town in transition. Today, we're going to be talking about Grover Beach and what's new and up and coming. So,
sounds good.
Let's get into it.
My name is PaulSwack. I'm a local real estate broker in San Luis Obispo County. This is Megan Smith.
Hi.
And we're excited to continue to bring all things real estate, conversations, restaurants, and just have this YouTube channel be a platform where we can provide value for you.
Yep.
So, like you said, today we're going to talk about explaining Grover Beach and kind of just have like a back and forth conversation. We do a lot of like top restaurants, top neighborhoods.
Pros and cons.
Yeah. Today we're just going to kind of talk about it because in our opinion, it's a town in transition. Mm-hmm. Where is Grover Beach? What is it?
What is it?
What is it?
How big is it?
Yeah.
What is there in it?
Yeah, all of that. So we're just going to kind of dive into it. And whenever you think of Grover Beach, what do you think? You're from the area, born and raised. So like, what does Grover Beach mean to you?
Yeah, Grover Beach, when I first think of it, I just think of the dunes and driving on it and having bonfires, going up into the dunes, riding horses. Was kind of my childhood with Grover Beach specifically. Yep. What about you?
Actually, kind of the same. The fires I've always loved, between Avila and Pismo and the dunes. Mm-hmm. Fires on the beach, like if you just drive your truck out there and like make a fire, is pretty hard to beat.
Excuse me.
She's not going to die.
I choked.
Hard to beat having that. We're not going to edit this, so you have to make it through it. But driving out there is another thing that we talked about in another video. It's the only beach you can drive on.
Yep. And I've actually, when I was doing a bonfire in Grover with my family, Nick Jonas was doing a music video.
Nice.
It's the only beach you can drive on. And he was driving a motorcycle, and I almost got onto the set.
Nice.
But it is like, people go there for that reason because it's so rare.
Yeah. And it's fun. So yes, Grover Beach makes you think of the dunes.
Yes.
You can rent ATVs, you can go out there, explore it. It's a great place to do that. I've always thought of it as, if you look at Pismo, it's like really touristy hotels, all the different stuff. And then once you drive around the corner into Grover Beach, you start getting into more residential neighborhoods and houses and people that live there and But
even Grover, I would say, is a lot of vacation rental. That whole front line.
Now it is. Yeah. Okay. Now it is. It's not always been that way. I've always thought of it more neighborhood.
I agree. I totally agree. But I feel like that first line on this, like right on the sand, is all vacation. And then I think, going back and then around the side.
Hey, come on in, special guest.
Oh, you can come in. No, we're recording. But it's okay.
I'm sorry.
But now you're just in the video.
I just want to say hi.
Oh my
God. In the area.
Nice. Welcome in.
Welcome.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I know you've never been
bug
in.
Jake.
No, not yet.
Yeah, go say hi to Jake and then
We're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done. Don't be sorry.
Sorry, we have special guests that walk in all the time.
Yeah,
so
it's a live office.
So back to other things that you really like.
I know, kind of, we just did a pros and cons about Grover as well, and what I like about Grover is what we kind of talked about, it being a smaller city, so you kind of have to search for things to do, which is kind of fun. Like, I'm doing pottery on Friday.
In Grover?
In Grover.
Nice.
Right behind Spoon Trade, kind of, and I didn't even know that was there for the longest time, so they have really niche, cool things there that you just kind of have to search a little more than other cities that are kind of more in your face.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
And it's a smaller town. Yep. I think a lot of times, like if you live in Grover, you'll drive to Arroyo Grande Village or maybe Pismo or San Luis for dinners and stuff. So even though there's a handful of great restaurants there, it's still up and coming, right?
Totally.
Something else to just mention, we talked about it in another video we did, but I would say it's more of like a town in transition was the word that we used, right?
Yes.
So there's a ton of development going on. So whenever you look at like 4th Street and Grand Avenue, you've got these big high rises kind of getting built, not high rises, but 3-4 stories tall.
More than there is now.
Yeah, more than there is now. Individual condos being sold in there with commercial on the bottom. Mm-hmm. And so those are going to be going up a lot more. And it's kind of that corridor from like 4th and Grand all the way towards the ocean, kind of like a smaller Huntington Beach type of vibe.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be awesome. It's going to continue to let people just really like get a bigger feel of Pismo and some of the surrounding cities. And, Arroyo Grande, especially in the Village, is having things going on too. So everything just keeps getting better.
Yeah. And I think too, like with the development, it'll kind of let some pressure off of Pismo as well. Like it can bleed into Grover and not be so, because Pismo can get so impacted.
Yeah.
Like in the summertime, if there's any event, you're trapped. So
Yep.
it will be nice to have some more people kind of being like, oh, there's actually stuff to do or places to stay. And also with Grover, it's like, I would say it's maybe the easiest beach access you could get from Pismo to Avila. Like we're saying, those little neighborhoods right behind the beach, you can park anywhere and you're on the sand, like
walk
immediately.
Right in. Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Yeah, all that's great. What would you say? I'm going to put you on the spot. Okay. This is going to be like a Megan interview. So,
oh God.
What I think about too is like with all of that happening, it's like what opportunities and investments and different things should people be looking at now for what's happening in the future at Grover, you know, as an extension of Pismo and everything. I mean, I think there's a lot to think about there.
Yes. I mean, the first thing that comes to my head is, I mean, you and Jacob, Airbnbs and managing vacation rentals. I think that's huge. Investors getting in with homes that are way more affordable now and kind of bringing certain like areas and neighborhoods just up a little bit more. So I think there's a lot of opportunity with all of that. And you and Jacob have tapped into that. You have an Airbnb in Grover, correct?
Yep.
And Jacob lives in Grover.
Yep. No, I think so too. I think it's like, you know, those are the things that come to mind. So I agree with everything you're saying. It's just like, you know, something to think about, because when all this stuff starts happening, I always ask myself, well, why are they doing it? Mm-hmm. What do they see, or what is the, you know, bigger picture of what this is turning into, and then how can you tap into it and help your clients tap into it, and kind of piggyback off of what the bigger developers are doing. Yeah. Because they're not doing projects without doing deep investigation into why they're doing it.
And like the future of it.
Yep. And knowing what, you know, what things look like.
Yeah, they're a step ahead of, we're like, they're developing. It's like they're 5 years in the future. Exactly. And we're like, they're just starting.
So that allows us to then be able to also do what we do best and with our clients, and, you know, business opportunities and everything. Yep. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So what else? What would be like one last thing that we can chat about Grover Beach?
I think Grover is special too. Kind of like you were saying, it connects from Grand Avenue, from Rio Grande all the way down into Pismo. I think it's just, there's a train that goes through Grover Beach. I've been on that, which is cool. We've sold a home that kind of looks down onto the train. It depends how close you are, how loud it is, but I think it's a cool feature to have in the town.
Right. Yeah, and there's a couple restaurants and everything right next to it too, which is kind of fun.
It is.
But yeah, I think overall it's just, you know, Grover Beach connects to Arroyo Grande, just off of Oak Park Boulevard is kind of like the transition of AG, Arroyo Grande, and Grover Beach. And then you've got kind of North Grover and South Grover, which North Grover is kind of up on the hill closer to the freeway. South Grover butts up past Grand Avenue towards Oceano. North Grover is a little bit more desirable. People like it. You'll have some ocean views. So yeah, overall, I think that gives everybody kind of a gist of it.
Yeah, it's pretty much, to wrap it up, it's up and coming. There's a lot there, but it's going to be really cool next 3 to 5 years, I think, once it's done.
I agree. Okay. Again, we're here to help. We want to provide as much value as we can. We'll see you on the next video.
See you guys.